You're listening to the Weekend Sport Podcast with Jason Pine from News Talk ZB.
Let's get back to some more positive stuff. Let's get back to the football. All Whites head coach Darren Bazeley has named his squad to compete at the OFC Nations Cup. This is set to take place in Fiji and Vanuatu, starting next weekend and towards the back end of June. Darren Bazely's with us. Darren, thanks for taking the time. What were your main considerations when you were putting this squad together?
Hey, Piney. Yeah, so obviously we always try and put together the strongest squad that we can for every tour. So I think the last month I've spent talking to players and clubs and agents around availability of players. And this one's a little bit different because of the closeness of the Olympics. So having two pretty big, long tournaments pretty much back-to-back has made it a little bit difficult for some clubs and some players. So, yeah, if I'm honest, I think we've left with a strong squad that's really blended a lot of the younger players involved that are going to be potentially involved with the Olympics. So, yeah, we've had to really balance players' personal commitments and club commitments, but to ensure we've got the strongest squad available that we can.
So when it comes to some of those players, the European-based ones who are in their off-season, some are in this squad, the likes of Libby Kakachi, Tyler Binden's there, Ben Wayne, others who aren't, the likes of Marko Stamanic, Matt Garbett, Sarpreet Singh, for example. Are they just sort of calls made on an individual basis for each one of their personal circumstances?
Yeah, 100%. So every player's got a different, different things going on. So we've had to go on a case-by-case basis, speak to the players, speak to the clubs, and find out exactly what is best for those players in this moment of time. Obviously, someone like Marko Stamanic, he's obviously got the Olympics as well. And, it's tough for clubs having players go for 3 weeks to a Nations Cup and then another 3 weeks at an Olympics. So, yeah, every player's got different circumstances. So we treat every player individually. Like I say, we always try and get the best squad that we can available for us. This one's, again, slightly different with regards to the Olympics coming up, the under-23 tournament. So it does give us a chance to, once we were looking at then, filling the squad, we chose to go down and filling it with the younger players that potentially will get, more preparation for the Olympics as well.
Yeah, well, 10, I think, of the 21 are under 23, so Olympics eligible. How keen were you to get a chunk of players together who may well feature at the Paris Olympics and spend time with them both in the training centre and also to see what they've got out on the grass?
Yeah, I think it's going to be valuable, really valuable experience for a lot of these players. Obviously we've still got some to come in regards to Stamanic and Garbett with those younger players, Matt Dibley-Diaz as well. So there's other players to come into the Olympics, but what it does for some of these younger ones that maybe haven't had so much international senior experience, it gives them a chance to be involved with us for, a good 3 weeks over in Vanuatu before obviously we go into the Olympics as well. So I think it's great. I think it's a great opportunity. And what we will be saying is, this is an opportunity for all the players in the squad to stake a claim to push themselves for regular selection.
How much do you enjoy calling players and telling them that they're in a squad, an all-white squad, for the first time? You've had that pleasure with Finn Conchie, Oscar Van Hattem, Jesse Randall, Sam Sutton. It seems like it should have come before now for Sutton. How nice is it to make those phone calls?
Yeah, they're the real nice parts of the job, giving good news. It's a lot easier doing that than telling people they're not selected. So no, that was nice having those moments with those players. I've obviously got really good, tight relationships with those younger players as well, having coached them previously in different environments. So yeah, I think they're all rewarded for stuff they've done over the past year.
No Chris Wood or Joe Bell, a couple of players who have worn the armband recently. Libby Kakachi was skipper in the last window. He's in the squad. Is it likely he'll be the skipper again?
Yes, yeah, it will be. Yeah, Libby's obviously captain the All Whites. He's part of our leadership group. So yeah, I mean, we've got players that we do work with in that leadership group. Libby being part of it. So yeah, with Woodsy and Joe not being available on this tour, then Libby will step into that.
Are we looking at a high degree of squad rotation here, Baze?
I mean, we've gone with a squad of 21 at this stage. We have got the option to add to that if we need to. But I think what's important is that, the players get good game time, get good opportunities. So, yes, there'll be some rotations, But I think what's good as well is that the players that are committing to coming away, at the end of seasons, whether that's the A-League or a European season, is that they're actually coming away and they're going to get good games. So, I think it's good to have a tight squad. It just means that the players that are there, and they'll be fit enough. We've got good recovery protocols, so I think players can play a lot of those games. But I'm sure the whole squad will get used and get rotated to an extent.
So one of this squad, Alex Paulson, headed for Premier League side Bournemouth. How exciting is this for him and for the game of football here in New Zealand?
I think it's amazing. What an exciting opportunity for Alex. He's worked so hard to get to where he's at. So this is reward for him, and it's an exciting journey that he's on. He's had a great year. But I also think for New Zealand and for the young players growing up now and developing themselves within the game, I think it just shows that the pathway is there. You can get to the best league in the world, from this part of the world, from this country, and he's shown, as did Libby, Sarpri and Ben Waine, that if you're a young player and you get into the A-League, it does show that you can progress from there. And I think this is an amazing example of, a Premier League, one of the top leagues in the world. It is the top league in the world, one of the biggest clubs, coming knocking on the doors of the A-League and taking one of our players.
You haven't capped him yet. I guess I get the feeling that'll happen at some stage in the next month or so.
Yeah, he's been with us, so we always knew he's obviously a very good goalkeeper, being a young goalkeeper, and he's just developed so well all year. He's grown in confidence, had a great season with the Phoenix, and we're excited obviously to see where he can get to, and obviously to have him involved is great.
And as far as the Nations Cup itself is concerned, obviously the aim is to go there and win it. What will you have to do particularly well if that is the outcome at the end of June?
Yeah, definitely. We know we have to go there and we have to win it and we have to perform and we have to score goals and that, But I think for us to do that, we've just got to go there and be professional. Have show a lot of discipline, concentration. It's not going to be easy. Obviously, we are. The higher ranked team in the tournament and, the rankings, and we've got the players that play in professional leagues. But, I think everybody that's ever been to the islands to play football knows it's not quite as simple as that, and there's some tricky moments to going and playing in these away tournaments. So, we just need to go and we need to make sure that we fully professional as we will be, and that we show great discipline and concentration in every game. And, we just don't put ourselves in a position where we're giving the opposition a real good opportunity to be involved in games.
It's a good squad base. All the best for the month ahead.
Brilliant. Thanks, Piney. Good to catch up, mate.
No, good to chat, Darren. Thank you indeed. Darren Bazeley there, All Whites coach ahead of the Nations Cup, which is in the second half of June.
For more from Weekend Sport with Jason Pine, listen live to News Talk ZB weekends from midday or follow the podcast on iHeartRadio.